Good morning, everyone. You are watching the Morning Strike, where me and Tony just kind of ramble on, or we talk about news or whatever just comes to mind. Uh, so let me introduce my co-host, Tony. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, nothing's going on here. I'm just waiting for tomorrow so I can go hunting. The weather's freaking fantastic here for the end of July, beginning of August, and I just want to get the hell out there.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. The weather here is crap. It's been raining off and on for weeks.
We've had some rain here too, but not a hell of a lot. I mean, we're not flooded or anything like that. But I haven't had to water the garden for a month or so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind it raining even to go hunting. That doesn't bother me as long as it's not pouring.
Yeah, it was pouring here yesterday. It was not good. Not good at all.
We had
So
that here about 4 days ago, I think, where it just poured rain all day. Not enough to flood, but enough to just that you didn't want to be out in it. I spent my day yesterday getting shit together to go hunting because I take a lot of stuff with me because of the different ways I hunt. I have a blind, I have a cook with if I'm out there to with the kids and stuff and I need to fix lunch. And I get all this shit together and I pack it in the Suburban and just leave it there. So I have with me whatever I might need to deal with whatever the hell's going on, even including extra clothes and shoes and shit so I can change clothes should I get soaked. Because I have had that happen a couple of times.
yeah,
And my Suburban's all cloth interior, so I don't really want to climb up in the seats wet. But just before we started this, I was thinking about the big rivalry in squirrel hunting guns, and that's the Marlin Model 60 and the Ruger 1022. I have made no secret that I'm not a big fan of the 1022.
I want a 1022, but I also want a Model 60.
I don't know that I would buy a new Model 60. I would get one that was Marlin, not Gremlin. But I've had several 1022s, and I never have liked them. And they're popular because of all the shit you can buy for them.
Yeah. You can you could also get extended magazines and whatnot for them too, and that does add to the illusion, or not the illusion, but the expandability. That's a better way to say it.
I've found the Marlins to be more accurate. I'm not going to say they're more reliable, but they're not less reliable either. Provided you clean them once in a while. And my go-to for that sort of shit will always be a Marlin. Even though I'm planning to start with Browning, I'm still if it comes down to it, I'm taking my 981 or my 60 just because they're more accurate.
Yeah. All right. So
Browning may be just as accurate as anything too, but it's open sight gun where the other two have scopes on them. So
yeah. So what's going on in the news today? Anything?
I don't know. Been kind of sitting here with the Day Show on, but I ain't watching it. I haven't seen anything 2A related at all.
All right, so I'm going to go over this just a little bit because this is in the news. Uh, by now, we've all heard about the whole 3D printed guns
Oh
situation.
shit!
Hold on, that there's what's going on?
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
talking that 9 states attorney generals are trying to stop them from doing that.
Yeah. Well, there's a there's been things going on with it where the Department of Justice went and settled with them. So they're trying to set up to where they can release the files again in August. Now, a couple states have started to file laws to prevent that kind of access getting out to the people. I think New York, New York, California. I know Pennsylvania just yesterday went and banned the files online. But uh, the gun control groups tried to do that in Florida, in Texas yesterday, and a Texas court judge said, literally, he laughed in their face and said no.
There's
So
9 states attorneys filing a lawsuit. So
yeah. You still there, Tony? Tony dropped out. Well, yeah. So, but gun control groups and anti-gunners are trying to prevent the release of these files online. Which the funny part is, they're online already, anyways. So it doesn't matter whether they're there or not because someone can go and get them anyways. But again, there's just that. All right. What else? Can we show back up? No. All right. Ooh, here's some. Michigan Supreme Court issues ruling on carrying guns in school. The Michigan Supreme Court issued a ruling on Friday concerning the issue of open carry on school campuses. In a 4-3 decision, the court determined school districts have the right to form new policies denying Michiganders with a concealed carry license the ability to open carry on school grounds. Plaintiffs in the case, those who support open carry in schools, argued Michigan state law preempts school districts from establishing such a policy. However, the Michigan Supreme Court ruled that because the state law specifically states what constitutes a local unit of government, entities not on the preemption list, like school districts, can create their own rules. In April, Fox News reported this case stemmed from a 2015 incident where a parent brought a gun to a school function, scaring parents, staff, and others in attendance. The situation resulted in school districts banning people from openly carrying firearms on campus, though it did make an exception for law enforcement officers. Gee. As Fox News mentioned in its piece, Michigan law prohibits individuals from carrying a firearm in established gun-free zones unless it's openly holstered. In his concurring opinion, Justice David F. Viviano stated that neither the plaintiff nor the defendant argued the policies implemented by the Clio and Ann Arbor school districts were constitutional or unconstitutional. The question at hand was whether the school policies directly conflict with the state law and are therefore preempted by it. Justice Bridget M. McCormack, responsible for writing majority of opinion, stated the legislature has expressly restricted some, but not all, local governments from regulating firearms. Schools in particular are not on the preempted list, quite possibly for reasons not difficult to imagine. You've got mail. Though the court ruled districts can create a policy banning open carry, it doesn't mean that the ruling has put an end to the discussion of teachers or parents carrying firearms. Justice McCormick explained the law could change if the state legislature passed new legislation. Of course, if the legislature, in its wisdom, sees fit to allow open firearms on all school grounds, no matter what local school districts may variously desire, it can say so, she wrote. Michigan Supreme Court ruling comes as state legislators across the country debate allowing school teachers to carry in classrooms. Following the mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in February, Second Amendment proponents have argued allowing teachers to be armed would be an effective last line of defense against potential school shooters. And you just missed the whole thing, Tony. Still there, Tony? He's here, but he's not responding. Okay. All right. What else? See if there's anything on the truth about guns. All right. Apparently, there's a piece on the truth about guns. Over 450 people lose their guns under Florida's new red flag law so far. It's a constitutional right to bear arms, and where you're asking the court to deprive somebody of that right, we need to make sure we are making good decisions, right decisions, and the circumstances warrant it. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Walteri, in more than 450 people in Florida, ordered to give up guns under new law, report says.
Sorry, I got booted.
This is why you don't institute red flag laws in your state. So, can you hear me now? Tony? Tony's having issues, so just bear in mind we have technical difficulties at the moment. Okay, apparently also New Jersey's trying to ban 3D printed guns as well. Go figure.
Oh, shit. Let's try this again.
How about now?
I don't know. Am I here?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
You covered the thing about the plastic guns.
I covered that, and I also went and covered, the ruling in Michigan.
Well, I want to touch on that plastic gun things because that's what they're on TV saying.
Okay, we can go back. We go back. New Jersey's trying to ban them too now. So
they're on TV this morning saying that you can make these ARs with your printer and they will not be detectable in a metal detector.
The inner parts are steel, so that's a line. They're lying chipbacks.
Yeah, the bolt and the freaking barrel is going to be steel. That Liberty that he made, or Liberator, whatever the hell he called it, that was plastic. There's still, I think, a steel firing pin in it. But I wouldn't shoot the son of a bitch because I afraid some bitch blow up. I do have the plans for it. I grabbed that right off the bat when them came down the pipe several years ago.
What, the 3D printer plans?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where to get the plans off the books, and I've got the updated files. I make sure to update them every month or so.
Fuck, I don't care about that much.
Well, I do, because, you know, everybody should have access to these files.
I don't ever intend to print a gun like that anyway. I mean, you know, if people want to print the AR receivers and build them, that's fine. I don't care. I ain't that into it. So
I don't intend to print them either, but I just want to have the files because America.
yeah, exactamundo. That's it. Somebody else might want to, and that's fine by me.
So we got a couple people out there on the YouTube side. We got Black Cat Outdoors. We got David Bowling stopping in to say hi. We got Insight Freedom out there. We've got Gen Z2A. We got Mel the Nut. Scott P79. What's going on, guys? Good morning.
Before I closed the window, we had God, I can't remember his fucking sign-in name now. It's Steven from Missouri. Oh, Mid-Mo. In gun channels. But in order to stay in here, I had to sign out of gun channels.
Is he out there?
He was when I exited out. Mid-Mo Gunner, I think.
I see him out there on the gun channel side. So
that's what I'm saying. Morning, Steve.
Yep. So,
bright, shiny rumor that Jimmy is supposed to pop in today and do an early watch. Now,
Scott P79 is asking me, going to 3D print yourself a 1911 Night Strike? No, because 3D print 1911 wouldn't last long without any reinforcement, unfortunately, because of the sheer power of the 45. Maybe if it was like 9mm, it'd be fine, but not 45.
Oh, bullshit. Why the fuck you think they made them trash guns that they gave away all over Europe out of 45?
Because it was a caliber that could actually do the job?
Because they won't blow up because they're so fucking weak.
It's not weak.
They really wanted a caliber to do the job. They made them in 22 long rifle.
Yeah, don't tell HVS that. He'll get up all in arms.
Which, if I remember correctly, that copy of the 3D printed Liberator is 22 rimfire. I don't think they made that out of anything substantial because the whole thing's plastic. I'm like, fuck, why in the hell would I want to make that up for a single shot handgun when you can buy one for $100 that holds 10 rounds? Made out of Zamic, that's just about as bad as plastic. And don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against the Zamic guns. Just, I have one. I like it. It's just ridiculously heavy for the size of the damn thing.
Yeah, that's the, what is it? The Smith & Wesson VE?
No, hell no. Smith & Wesson VE stainless steel. The Phoenix is the Zamic gun I got.
Okay.
And I have actually shot and killed a squirrel with the little bastard at about 10 feet.
At about 10 feet? Wow,
yep.
That's impressive.
The little son of a bitch will do the job. I mean, with the 5-inch barrel on it, it's reasonably accurate.
Yeah.
It functions well. I've not had any bitches about its functioning. You know, only problems I've ever had is ammo related, I'm sure. Or me not flipping the damn safety off.
Mel the Nut out there saying 3D printing is just another scare tactic used by the anti-gunners.
That's what I was trying to point out. You know, they're on TV this morning on the Today Show saying that they'll be able to print whole guns, ghost guns. You won't be able to trace them. They'll be able to slip through metal detectors. No.
Somebody needs to slap these people silly because they don't understand how the world works.
Oh, yes, they do. They just want to stir up the masses against this shit, and they know full well what the fuck's going on.
If it wasn't illegal to smack the shit out of them, I would have done so already.
And guess who they trotted out to cry about these things? One of the parents from the Parkland thing.
Oh yeah.
He's the one saying you're going to be able to get them through metal detectors. What the fuck? They don't need to, man. You let these fuckers walk into your school anyway.
I mean, it's not like you call law enforcement to stop anything, because they just stay outside while the perpetrator does all their business.
Just in case there's any antis out there that oppose these things, let me give you a little explanation of the problem with plastic guns, the full plastic guns now. A Colt ACP or a Colt 45 Colt, both create chamber pressures of somewhere around 18 to 20,000 psi. No plastic motherfucker's ever going to stand that, and that's weak. You start looking at the modern 9mm or 44 Magnum or shit like that, you're looking at 30, 40, 50,000 psi. No plastic gun's going to hold that, period. So the thought of making an entirely plastic gun to use in these kind of things is
kind of ridiculous.
If somebody does it, they're stupid. And
they may only get one shot.
It can work. You're equally stupid. Now, making plastic receivers, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. That's nothing really new now.
No, it's not. So
I blocked that out of my mind this morning when you first talked about news. It pissed me off. Stupid goddamn media.
Okay, well, here's some more news. August 1st marks the 2-year anniversary of the Texas campus carry law. So, congratulations, Texas.
It also marks the perennial anniversary of score hunting in Illinois. So, woohoo.
What else?
I managed to secure another deer permit, although I ain't got it yet.
Oh, another deer permit.
Hopefully this year I ain't sick.
And for anybody that want to know, there's a PSA rifle kit still on sale for $2.99. That's everything but the lower receiver. So if you want that, go to PalmettoStateArmory.com and pick that up. Because no matter what news site I'm going to, they're pointing this damn thing out.
What, the PSA?
Yeah, the PSA lower. It's just an M4 rifle kit.
I don't know, man. I just glad I never got the bug for those.
So Vanessa Kitty decided to show up.
Shit, ain't she up posting at night?
I don't know what she's doing at night or what she's doing at the day, but she's on the computer, so that's all I can say.
I mean, I give them a pass if they're up at night and I'd be here in the morning. That's fine, except for Jimmy. That motherfucker knows he's got a morning show. He shouldn't be up at night.
Well, I think he's not really concerned about his morning show anymore.
Well, current situation notwithstanding, I mean, back when he was actually doing the show every day.
Oh, right.
Jimmy's got shit going on, but he did say he was going to try to get here and do one this morning, so I'm waiting.
Vanessa Kitty is saying she actually did get some sleep, so.
Fuck, what's sleep?
Yeah, right? I got get 6 or 7 hours last night.
I was up until 3:30, and I had my wife set the alarm for 4:30, so I could get used to getting up at 4:30. And when I went to bed at 3:30, I told her, shut that damn thing off. because I've been up. I ain't gonna stay up, or I ain't gonna get up at 4:30. Fuck it, I'm gonna sleep in. Well, I got up at 5:30. I slept 2 hours last night and sleep all of that.
So let's see if there's any other news. Nope. Not there.
Some days the sleep deprivation is all right because it forces your brain to go different ways than it normally goes, or it lets your brain go different ways. However the hell you want to say it. But when it gets to be a daily fucking thing, it actually gets old. Although the past couple of days, the reason I don't sleep is because I'm wanting to go squirrel hunting.
You're preoccupied.
I've been waiting since January 15th. February 15th, excuse me. And I honestly think the last time I went was like February 12th. Didn't see shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most of the other news is just bad news. I don't really want to go over it.
Well, I see in Illinois our governor signed in a new lottery scratch-off game so we could benefit police officers falling in line of duty and whatnot.
Yay.
Yeah, no shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys trying to accomplish here by making these things contingent on gambling? I mean, that doesn't say a hell of a lot about our governorship of this state or other states that rely largely on lotteries. Granted, there's suckers out there that throw their fucking money away, but I mean, they're touting it like it's a great new thing that he's done. Well, he just put up another thing for people to gamble on. I'm a little opposed to gambling. I'm sure that Christ would have played scratch-off tickets had he been here. In case you don't read the sarcasm in that, that's dripping with sarcasm.
No, that's not dripping. That's drowning in sarcasm.
Not that I'm a Bible-thumping, hellfire, hot preaching Christian here, but I'm a Christian. I do believe that gambling is a sin.
I'm not going to. All I'm going to say on gambling is this: if you want to gamble away your money, go for it. I don't care. It's your money. It's not mine.
I don't care if other people gamble. I mean, that's part of being American. Is you do you, man. That's fine by me.
Do I think it's a sin? No, not necessarily. Maybe if you get addicted to it, then yeah. But again, for the average person, I don't think gambling is a sin inherently. And just my personal opinion. I'm allowed to have one of those.
Well, I'm not jumping on your ass for it neither.
No, you're not. You see? This is how normal people talk about things, unlike, others. So.
As a matter of fact, that particular little instance is being put on TV right now. Lottery funding for police memorial. Wait a minute. Lottery for police memorial funding. Jesus Christ, I don't know how to read.
Yeah, Vanessa Kitty's talking about the 3D printing thing. So there are 3D printers for metals. There's 3D printers for polymer metals, plastics of all sorts. One can 3D print lost, cast, waxing molds, molds can be used rather either than wax as well for that type of casting. Yeah, you can use 3D printing has gone a long way from just plastic when initially the whole 3D printing mess happened.
These scare tactics are dead pointed at 3D plastic.
Yeah, they're pointed at 3D plastic. But if these antis get their way, which I don't necessarily see them getting their way, but if they do get their way, then that's just one more hoop we have to jump through to get our Second Amendment rights back. And I don't see why they would win on this one because, quite honestly, yes, if you build a gun using 3D printer, uh, unfortunately, even if you do the Liberator pistol, there's one part that requires metal, and that's the striker, and that requires a steel nail.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
A steel roofing nail. Plastic. So it's still gonna be detected by a metal detector. I'm sorry, but it just is.
Right, and they're more hinting that it would be invisible to X-rays, even though they're saying metal detector. And it would probably be a lot easier to sneak a nail through a freaking X-ray machine than a gun, but much ado about nothing from where I said, because the people that are making these ain't gonna use them fuckers to go through, sneak through metal detectors and shit. They're gonna make them as a fucking novelty. The Liberator, the one that's really the least amount of metal of the ones I saw were, it's not a gun that you would use.
It's a gun you can use, but it's based off of the Liberator pistol from World War II. So it's a one shot. It's not like you're gonna reload that thing with a magazine or a clip and go and be able to shoot all day. That's not gonna happen, especially with a plastic barrel. You got a couple shots off of that thing with that plastic barrel, and then it's just toast.
Yeah, there's so little of a concern about those things that it's just ridiculous that it's on TV.
Yeah.
So fucking what? You can print plastic magazines and plastic lowers. Big fucking deal. You can buy them too.
Well, I can see why you'd want to be able to print plastic lowers, but at the same time, you can just do 80%, or you could get the resin kits and do the same thing. I can see that. And with 3D printing, I can see why you'd want to, because it would be a faster method somewhat than doing the others. But again, remember, you're not getting any reinforcement in those lower receivers, and they may break at 50 rounds, they may break at 500 rounds, but the point is, they're not going to be a gun that lasts for thousands upon thousands of rounds.
Well, and the thing is where I was going was, they were talking about this new craze of guns that would be made out of plastic and not have serial numbers and shit, but that's not new. You can get those 80%ers all fucking day long made out of plastic and make quote unquote ghost guns. And you have been able to for years that I know of. That there's a fair amount of deception there. They're misleading the public, and I'm reasonably sure that it's intentional. They're playing it like, we've got to stop this or they'll be able to make guns that aren't able to be traced. Well, fuck, you can buy that already. Perfectly legally, you can buy those 80% kits and make guns that are untraceable. Now, there's a difference between untraceable and invisible to metal detectors, and these guns would not be that.
Yes, Vanessa, we know that there are different types of 3D printers that can print things that last. It's just this particular instance, the anti-gunners are only going after plastic, and they're only going after the standard like ABS type plastic. They're not going after anything else. They're just saying we don't want guns being able to be 3D printed by anybody, which is wrong because it is an inherent right for a citizen who can legally own a firearm to make their own gun.
I don't know. It's just more of the sky is falling chicken bullshit.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed that the fucking mainstream media just get a fucking headache just watching it. Oh, hell. But that's what started the early watch, so hey.
There you go.
Talk about that shit.
And the morning strike is more or less just an afterthought.
The morning strike's just in case early watch no show, which has been pretty common.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be good. Just this one time.
I'll fucking say it.
I'll let you say it because you can say it. I'm not always on the early watch, so.
I'm the one that's trying to hold this fucker together, man.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, fuck it, I'm done trying.
Yeah. We were talking about that at G. And you're like, yeah, I'm done.
I had made the decision that I was going to go hunting starting tomorrow. And I was not really going to even try to be on for the show. So if Jimmy does get started back up, I'm not going to be there unless it's just weather prohibitive for me to go hunting, which is possible. I mean, there'd be days that it's too fucking hot, raining too much.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or maybe too cold the way the weather's been going here now lately.
Let me check the YouTube side out again. Vanessa's saying because the anti-gunners have no idea what exists in the real world. Many, I suspect, never take math classes either.
Well, they're showing the Liberator, and when they was doing the piece on it, like it was the latest assault weapon. I'm like, plastic piece of shit ain't worth fucking having.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
But, at the end of the day, it is a gun, so I do have the file on that son of a bitch, but I don't intend to use it.
No.
I got the file from the guy when he first come out with it. Hell, Windows probably won't let me make it now. Son of bitches, they won't let me do nothing else. I don't know, man. Windows 10 is fucking nanny state program from start. I did not realize that until here recently when I started trying to do some other stuff with it.
I turned all that shit off.
I know if I want to make me a CD to listen to in the car, I got to disconnect from the internet, or Windows won't let me do it. You do not have proper permissions to do this. Fuck you. Plug the son of a bitch and say, hey, try to get the permissions now, asswipe. And what pisses me off is I own the albums that I'm trying to put out there, and I don't ever take the albums out of the case. Or CDs, I should say. So, it's not like I'm pirating shit. I'm just making copies that can be tossed away when they get fucked up, which they tend to do in the car.
Yeah.
God damn, what the hell was I going to say? I don't know. Must not have been that damn important.
Just Dan was saying, so is this morning strike going to be a regular thing? If
No.
Tony shows up, maybe. But Tony's hunting lately, so infrequently.
Yeah, I'm not going to show up much. I can tell you that right now because if the weather's permitting, I'm going to be hunting.
Yeah, it's hunting season for Tony, so he could go either way.
I think my local closes hunting season at the beginning of November for pheasant season. Then they don't let us hunt down there, so there's a period where I won't be going every day then because I have to drive ways to get to a place and stay all night because it's like 100 miles away. And when I do that, I'll go down there and my daughter lives down there. I'll stay down there at her place and go hunting a few days down there and then come back home.
Yep.
Those are mostly weekend things. So I don't know. We'll see what comes.
Yeah, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. So, all right, I think it's about time we wind it down.
All right, fine by me.
I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about. All the news is kind of shitty right now, aside from what I went over this morning. Unless you've got anything you want to talk about or you think we need to point out.
Not particularly. I'm packing my stuff that I'm going to take with me while I'm going hunting yesterday and wondering how in the fuck did I get this much shit out there last year? I don't remember it, but evidently I did.
Take the 4570 hunting.
The only thing I can hunt with that thing around here is coyote.
Coyote hunt.
I could hunt squirrel on private property with it, but it's kind of a waste. Now, if I'm going coyote hunting, I'll take 30-06.
Yeah.
It isn't good to hunt coyotes around here much while the crops are still in the field because there's just way too much cover for them. There's not really anywhere you can get that you can set up an ambush to call them until they harvest, because there's not any room in fence rows and there's very few hiding spots in waterways anymore. I really don't want to walk like that. I mean, I don't want to go out and walk several miles to get something that I can't fucking eat. When it's really cold out and snow on the ground, a couple inches of fresh snow is the time to go coyote hunting. Because then you can get out and see where they're crossing, what section of the area they're working in, and go that route. And probably only have to walk a quarter or half a mile.
Oh God, people are asking questions out there.
You what?
People are asking questions out there. It's like, why are we striking in the morning, night strike? Because the early watch isn't there. And Vanessa Kitty says because striking happens anytime. And no, Ben, I'm not going to tell Matt to get Splinter Cell. I don't think he'd like that. I've already gotten him. I already pre-ordered for Matt Fallout 76 because he wants to play it. So he's getting Fallout 76.
All right, let's wrap this fucker up. I got something I need to do.
Okay, so thank you all for watching, listening, commenting, hanging out with us this morning on the Morning Strike. If we decide to do it again this week, we'll let you know. If not, well, we'll see you whenever. So, all right, Tony, make your plug.
Kind of keep an eye out because Jimmy may show up this morning with an early watch too. He said he would, but we'll see. Good day, everybody.
Good day. Shut up, be infringed.